You're watching GVTV.
No, you got to say name, number, position.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. Start again.
Yep.
You're watching GVTV.
But you are. Hey, my name's Matt Jeremy, number 2 for the Northern Raiders, and you're watching GVTV.
Quarterback.
Welcome back to GVTV. Before the break, we took a look at the Western Crusaders. Now let's find out more about Mel Martin's Berwick Miners. There are many ways the Berwick Miners could be described. Popular isn't one of them. They're certainly a respected club, over 25 years old and still going strong. Many clubs and members in GV have some animosity felt towards the Miners, to say the least. Whether it's white line fever or not, the head coach of the Miners, Mel Martin, has a goal for his whole squad, that goal being improvement. But how close are they to getting that goal Mel so desperately wants to get his boys to?
Oh look, Mel's a great coach. He definitely wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a very emotional person. But it's because of all the effort he puts in. He puts in a lot of effort on the field, on game day, off the field. Not even the effort he puts in at training, the effort he puts in the off season, the hours he spends on the playbook's unreal. You know, he really gets behind us and supports us no matter what we go.
Oh, he's the Emperor from Star Wars. That's the only way I could describe him. Yeah, he is the Emperor. Mel has been around a long time. He's got a great football mind. It's great to have him as a coach, and I've been involved with Mel for a long time as well. But Mel knows what he has to do to get what he needs out of the players.
But basically, I've always been a part of the Miners since '96. I came back to help out in 2007, and once a month, and within 3 weeks was the offensive line coach, offensive coordinator, and basically worked up to head coach, which was never my intention, but that's the way life is.
Yeah, he's a state team head coach, the only head coach to have won nationals, which a lot of people may not know that, but we've got the one head coach who's won nationals. No one else has got one.
The Miners haven't won a Division 1 game since 2009, and with their great history, it'd be a great shame for them to remain at the mediocrity they're currently at, but have begun to rebuild and only look like being a force to be reckoned with come 2013.
In 2010 we had a huge turnover in players between the 2010 and 2011 season, and basically we're starting from at the start of last year. We started from scratch again.
Oh yeah, well I think this year, especially this year, I think the Miners have really adapted. We picked up a good core of young guys, like guys that are keen to play. You know, I mean, Miners, as everyone knows, has a reputation, but we're trying to sort of get rid of that reputation, especially with the young guys, breed them into playing the game the way the game should be played. And
the youngsters at the Miners are looking ahead rather than backwards. The club recently installed new facilities in Endeavour Hills, where they're based at, to be at the forefront of the new era of Miners.
A lot of it stems back 20 years. You know, you did this to us 20 years ago and we still hate you, and it's the same old story. You know, your grandfather peed on my grandfather's lemon tree, so now I hate your guts. In a lot of things, you say Gridiron Victoria is moving ahead, in a lot of the situations, a lot of that is being driven by what is being done at some of the other clubs. The league has had to adapt to the changes some of the clubs have made. You know, I mean, you look at the stability of the Rangers, right? They've been there year in, year out, the same crew, okay? There's still guys there that I played against. Right? I consider them to be a very similar team. We hate each other's guts, but that's on the field. We had a committed core group, which you'll see in any of these teams that are doing well. You'll have your 10, 12 blokes that are committed to their team. They will be doing the extra training out at the gym. They'll be doing the extra Ks through summer. The guys that want to get ahead in the game will get together, and they then create, it's like a wave. Okay. And if the first guys are leading that wave, the rest of the team just gets pulled along with it. Because if they don't, they fall off the back.
The Miners can't get that wave going just yet, but they certainly had a tidal wave of success in 2003, where they won the Vic Bowl.
probably the season I won't ever forget. I waited 7 years for a championship. The guys we had then as well, we probably had 85%, 90% rookies. You know, look, so we went into that Vic Bowl, I think it was six wins and 6 losses. Played against the Rangers, who hadn't lost a game all year. And it was good to actually get it on top of them, especially at their home ground, guys.
How much longer will it be before we see the Miners in a Vic Bowl once more? The past mightn't be forgotten, but rather embraced in stepping forward onto the main stage once more in Gridiron, Victoria. Mel Martin knows where he wants his boys to go. Will the league be ready? Only time will tell.
Now let's move on to week 14.
The Gladiators saw themselves playing at a game that can be considered their main rivalry. The Raiders and Glads always put on a good show for the northern suburban locals, and that's what the Reservoir crowd was in for. The 2011 Vic Bowl replay was a hard-fought battle. The Glads obviously were incapable of making finals and had to face the music when the Raiders were looking towards being in hot form with their finals campaign about to begin. Mario Hurotitis, Warren Gephardt and Brian Galloway had a lot to be proud of, and the day's result showed how far both sides had come in a year. Final score 24-2.
They should be pretty proud of themselves today. I mean, from a defense's perspective, we did everything that we needed to do. From an offensive and team perspective, they did everything that they were asked to do. So we couldn't get any more proud of the boys today.
The next game featured the Monash Barbarians hosting the Croydon Stars. The only two sides that have mother clubs in Division 2 was actually an extremely low-scoring game. It was an incredible contrast. On one side of the field, almost 50 Barbarians looked across to a Stars side that had 5 reserves doing rotations. Remarkably, the Stars held on to the fourth quarter and were lucky they didn't lose by more due to called back TDs. The main event on that day saw the oldest and strongest rivalry game between the Croydon Rangers and Monash Warriors. They always play a stunner regardless of league position. The Monash Warriors, on track to their 8th Vic Bowl title, had a Rangers side that had nothing to lose. They did get the points on the board and did play out a great game at Monash University, but great connections between Mark Ursu and Maddie McKay saw the Rangers take home a tight one. Final score 30-26.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of GVTV. Now remember that the junior season is about to kick off, so head to the GV website for all the information. In our next episode, we'll go over all the action from week 15 and cover the excitement from the finals. This is Ali Dean, and you've been watching GVTV.
If you're a boy aged 14 to 18, the junior season is about to kick off. Clubs are always eager for new participants, and the Northern Raiders based in the northern suburbs are looking to field a team and need the numbers. Visit the GV website at www.gridironvictoria.com.au if you're interested. Check out our YouTube page for highlights and exclusive interviews, and come down to games once they're underway. There's always a gridiron game on somewhere, but if you can't find one, there's always Gridiron Victoria TV.
While everything's crystal clear.